We are all guilty of this trap. Most of the time, we don't even realize we're doing it, but we are. We focus on what is missing, what we don't have yet, and we begin to feel like we are not enough. And that feeling slowly makes us feel sad and even worthless. But the truth is, we don't feel worthless because we're not good enough. We feel that way because we fail to see what we already have. Now, this isn't just another gratitude talk. In this video, I'll go deeper into why we think like this most of the time. So make sure you watch till the end. As Marcus Aurelius once said, don't set your mind on things you don't possess as if they were yours, but count the blessings you actually possess and think how much you would desire them if they weren't already yours. Most of the time, we focus on what other people have, and in the process, we begin to overlook the things that once meant everything to us. The human mind has a natural bias. It pays more attention to problems than progress, to what's lacking than what's present, to what's missing than what's already there. And we are all guilty of this. When our brain gets something it has always wanted and turns it into a new normal, it immediately starts chasing something bigger and more exciting. That's how we are designed. We do this subconsciously. We keep scanning for what needs to be fixed. And when that happens, the mind quietly ignores what's already good and important. And the more this continues, we begin to develop a mindset of always wanting, even when we already have enough. Do you know that one of the main reasons people stop appreciating life is familiarity? Anything you experience repeatedly begins to feel normal. It's not that it lost its value. It's that your mind has adjusted to it. The first time something happens to you, you feel it deeply. You enjoy it. You feel the thrill and emotions. Let's say you make your first $10,000 in a month. At that point, you feel everything. You appreciate it. But over time, as it becomes your new normal, your awareness of it begins to fade. This is called adaptation. Your brain is designed to adapt quickly, so it can focus on what is new or changing. But in doing that, it slowly stops highlighting what is already stable and working. Think about it. Your health, your ability to wake up, move, and think clearly. The roof over your head, the freedom to make your own choices. These are not small things. But because they are consistent, your mind stops treating them as important. They become invisible. You stop noticing them. And when you stop noticing something, you stop appreciating it. Another reason, apart from familiarity, is expectation. Once something becomes part of your life, you stop seeing it as a privilege and start seeing it as a standard. You expect it. You no longer value it. And once you have that mindset, appreciation disappears. Because the mind only values what it believes can be lost or taken away. That's why people often don't realize the value of something until it's gone. Not because it suddenly became important, but because they finally became aware of it again. Familiarity also creates emotional numbness. Back when I was younger, I used to receive advice from my parents. They always told me to value life. And if I ever struggled to see the value in my own life, I should go to a hospital and see people who would do anything to be in my position. Comparison is another way people lose value for their own lives. The moment you shift your focus from what you have to what someone else has, your perception begins to change. Nothing about your life actually becomes worse, but it starts to feel like it is, because comparison changes your reference point. Instead of measuring your life against where you started, you begin measuring it against someone else's current position. And social media has made this even easier. Every time we compare ourselves to others, we begin to feel behind. And because of that, even when we make progress, we don't feel it. Because now, you're not focused on your journey. You're focused on someone else's. Another problem with comparison is that it's rarely accurate. It doesn't show the full picture. It doesn't show people's downsides. It doesn't show their full reality. And when you compare like this, you lose gratitude for what you already have and for the progress you've made. It changes how you experience your own achievements. Things that once felt meaningful begin to feel small. So the emotional reward of progress disappears. And without that reward, motivation starts to drop because progress no longer feels satisfying. Another subtle effect of comparison is that it creates pressure. You begin to feel like you're not moving fast enough. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a shift in perception. It changes what your mind chooses to notice. By default, your brain focuses on problems. But gratitude interrupts that pattern. It redirects your attention toward what is already present. And we need that shift, because that alone can completely change how your life feels. Nothing external has to change. Your circumstances can remain exactly the same. But when your attention moves from lack to presence, your experience transforms, because your reality is shaped by what you focus on. If you constantly focus on what's missing, life feels incomplete. If you focus on what exists, life begins to feel fuller. Gratitude trains your mind to recognize value again. Another powerful effect of gratitude is that it slows the mind down. When you're constantly chasing more, your thoughts are always ahead of you, always thinking about the next goal, the next improvement, the next step. But gratitude brings your attention back to the present. Gratitude also changes your emotional baseline. Instead of starting from a place of lack, you begin from a place of recognition. And from that place, your actions become different. You're no longer chasing success out of emptiness. You're building from a place of awareness. And that makes growth feel healthier, reminding yourself again and again of what is already present. Over time, this practice becomes more natural. Your mind starts noticing positive aspects automatically. One of the biggest illusions people live under is the belief that feeling better requires having more success, more money, more recognition, more progress. It feels logical. If something is missing, then adding more should fix the feeling. But in reality, that approach rarely works for long, because the feeling of not enough is not always caused by a lack of things. It's often caused by a lack of awareness. When your attention is constantly focused on what you don't have, your mind creates a sense of deficiency. It tells you something is incomplete. But even when you get more, that feeling doesn't fully disappear. It just shifts. You achieve one thing, and your mind immediately moves to the next. You improve one area, and your attention finds another area that needs improvement. So the feeling of not enough continues. Gratitude is not something you wait to feel. It's something you practice, because your mind will always try to focus on what's missing. But when you train it to see what's present, life begins to feel different. So today, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And like always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.